What about this? Ah, that was the issue. I see now. Okay, so basically, we're doing the finale of round 1 in here, which we still have, let's see, we have Knights and Switch left. And then we are potentially, no one cares, Best Buy. Basically what we're doing is we're going to be finishing round 1, and then we're going to be starting round 2, potentially. We'll see how this goes. I have the stream's going to be about an hour, I'd say. We'll see, though. Alright, so let's start off by saying Knights overall is in my definitely my top 5, most likely in my top 4, and probably, maybe in my top 3. We'll see. Wait, something's wrong. Hold up. Never mind, we good. Yeah, so Knights, I'd say, is one of the only units that I consistently like pretty much every single song they drop. I feel like with most units, there's usually a couple of exceptions that are like, okay, they're decent. They're not great, but they're still good. And Knights is just not one of those. I would say every single Knight song that I have heard, I have liked. The only one I can't give an opinion on is probably Checkmate Knights. That's just because I haven't heard it enough. Because I don't really listen to songs that aren't a part of the game. There are a few exceptions to that, however, but it's still not going to be included in here. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with this. Is this the right page? It is the right page. Okay, so first off, let's start off with No One Cares Best Buy. We already established this. Let's start off with Knights. So, only 8 songs are going to get to make it, unfortunately, but I will say the one that come in last place is going to be Grateful Allegiance. Now, I don't dislike Grateful Allegiance. The only thing is that I feel like I've heard it too much. Now, bro, go away. Yeah, I just feel like I listen to Grateful Allegiance a lot. The song is great. I honestly love, like, every single Night song on here. And I'm kind of frustrated that I have to get rid of some of them, but unfortunately it has to be done. I don't remember how many I had to get rid of. I think it was 2. But yeah. There is one song on here that I would get rid of that did make it. That I would have gotten rid of. So, for Grateful Allegiance as a song, I think the vocals are really great. I think the actual way they, like, organize the, like, the actual lines, I feel like are great. The pre-chorus is great. I know I'm saying everything is great. I'm not really giving an actual explanation, but, like, I will say I like the choreography as well. Like, for example, whenever, Ritsu comes in, sings his line, does a little spin thing in the verses. I really like that for some reason. I don't know why. That's just the one that stuck with me for whatever reason. I just genuinely love, like, a lot of things about this song, and I don't really think about that until I actually, like, listen to it. I don't know. Coming in 7th is Article of Faith. I would personally place this song higher, but hey, it's fine. I don't mind. As long as it's not eliminated, I like it. Whenever this song first came out on EN, because I had never heard this song until it released on EN. I thought it was good. And then recently, it started to really grow on me, and now it is probably one of my favorite Night songs, if I'm being completely honest. It's one of my favorites. It still doesn't beat things like Or the Beautiful Golden Drop, Luminous Crown, and definitely not something like Will Be Nights, even though I did put that in a separate category. And if any of those get eliminated next round, I'm gonna cry. There's only one out of these 8 songs that I don't really mind being eliminated. I'm not saying I want it to be, it's just that I don't really mind it being eliminated per se. Let's see. So next up, in 6th place, which I completely disagree with this, but Or the Beautiful Golden Drop. Why is this in 6th place? I'm genuinely convinced that everyone just listened... Not everyone, there was only 2 other people. My other 2 friends just listened to certain songs once and then just rated it lowly because they didn't know the song very well. Because this song... If you've listened to this song enough, I feel like this song should at least be placed in, like... I would say at least 4th. I mean, the songs that I can see beating this are, like I said, Luminous Crown. Out of the Night selection... Mystic Fragrance. Fight for Judge. Yeah. Speaking of Fight for Judge, let's go ahead and throw that in there. This one got in 2nd place. Which is kind of surprising. Actually, it's not surprising, but I'm kind of surprised it got this high, honestly. I didn't figure it would be low, but I didn't figure it would be this high. I thought it would be, like, straight in the middle. But no, it got 2nd. And I want to say this song, I just realized I didn't even talk about Or the Beautiful Golden Drop. For Or the Beautiful Golden Drop, I love everything about this song. To be fair, I like all the Underland themed songs, not just because they're Underland themed. I just love all of them in general. Vermilion is a complete banger. Or the Beautiful Golden Drop is just straight, just everything I want in a night song, or just a song in general. So is Vermilion, to be fair. Fall in Love is Wonderland. Oof, I think the song is so good. I love the vocals. I love everything about everything in these songs. I feel like they're just masterpieces and we need more of them. I don't know if there's any more even on JP, honestly. I haven't read the Or the Beautiful Golden Drop story. The only stories I think I haven't read for unit songs, I think, are the Turbulent Storm song, or the story, the Or the Beautiful Golden Drop story, and that's it, because I just finished the Valkyrie Climax one today in the stream about, like, 30 minutes ago. That actually is it, wow. Because I finished Meiku Denshi Kairo's story right before I read the Shu Climax. Interesting. Anyway. So... for Fight for Judge, this was one of the first night songs that actually really grew on me, other than Voice of Sword, because Voice of Sword was the first night song that I learned and sang and just listened to probably in general. I don't know. I know I at least heard Voice of Sword as the first one because it was in the main story, and I listened to pretty much every main story song before I went and tried other songs, because I, like, tried to focus on a few songs at a time. I don't know. So, like, the ones in the main story, which are, like, the first 30 songs on the list or whatever. Not 30. It's probably like 50. I don't know. No, it's probably more like 30. Because even the first set of Live Fest songs ends at like 60 something. And by the first set of Live Fest songs, I mean all the way to, what's the last one? Ryusei Hanabi? Neo Sanctuary? Something like that. Basically, whatever song is right before First Sing Along. Because First Sing Along is the first song of the next Live Fest set. So, let's see. This one, I already know exactly why this song got first. And that's because one of my friends, this is his favorite. This is not my favorite, but this is his favorite song, and so I bet he probably put a 3 on this one, which is why it got first. But Silent Oath, this one got first. I bet he used a 3 on this one. I bet he did. Alright, so for this song used to be my favorite night song. It's not anymore, but it used to be. This song in particular, I love the beginning. Ritsu's opening line always got to me. I really like everything about this song, especially the verses and the music, honestly. Like the intro music, the verses, the pre-chorus, even the chorus is great. Honestly, surprisingly, this is one of the few times that I would say the chorus is probably the least part that I like about the song, because usually the chorus is really like action-packed, but no. I honestly like the slow pace of the I really like the slow pace of the other songs, honestly. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, next up, in 5th place, because I completely skipped 5th, 4th, and 3rd, all 3 of these are music songs, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 2. We got Voice of Sword is eliminated, and Promise Swords is eliminated. Those are the 2 songs that got eliminated out of the Night song for first round. So, for in 5th place, we have Chorus Gate Breeze. This song actually released while I was during a point where I couldn't play the game. Same with Romancing Cruise. I was not playing for Romancing Cruise, Chorus Gate Breeze, and the Butokai event for Fist of Soul. I returned like a couple days into the Vermilion event, but I left during the tour, the Arashi Adonis tour event, like a couple days into that. So, for the song itself, I really like the vocals, especially for this song, and I know I say that about a lot of songs, but just because I just love vocals, okay? I love the way that the different characters have different styles of singing, especially in Nights. I feel like Nights has a really set of diverse singers, as well as, like, I mentioned this in the last video, but Rabbits as well. You can tell everyone apart. The only ones that I feel like sound, like, fairly similar are Arashi and Izumi, but Izumi has more of that flair than Arashi does. Arashi, she has a bit of a more feminine tone to what Izumi does, I feel like, but they can sound similar. And I feel like Leo and Tsukasa can go together, but you can still easily pick out which one's which. Ritsu is kind of in the middle, so you can easily tell him apart because he's very, what's the word, like neutral, centered. Yeah. Speaking of Ritsu, the song that got in 3rd is Little Romance. And I know I skipped 4th, but you already know what it is. It's Mystic Fragrance. In 3rd, Little Romance. This used to be I say used to, but I said that about Fight for Judge as well. But more recently, this used to be my favorite Night song. Like, before my current favorite Night song came out, which, as I mentioned, is Luminous Crown. And wait, is it Luminous Crown or is it Or the Beautiful Golden Drop? I actually don't know anymore. I don't know. I really like both of them. I originally, I don't know. That's a good question. It's between the 2, as of current favorite Night song. But this, right before those 2 sparked up, Little Romance was my favorite Night song. I just love the way that it feels like Nights. It really feels like Nights. And I feel like a lot of the first ones kind of did. Like Eden, they can do a lot of different things. So, there's not really, I guess, really a specific Eden feel. But if I had to choose one that goes with each unit the best, I'd say for Fine, it's the Tempest Knight. For Trickstar, honestly, any of them really... Well, not any of them. Like, Finer Girl, Daydream... You know what, I'm just gonna say Celebrate or Big Bang Reflection. I feel like those could go with just Trickstar as an icon. Let's see, Ryuseitai is Suisei Halation or Colors Arise. Alkaloid, 100% Vermilion. Eden, I would say Absolute Perfection fits them the most if I had to pick one, even though, like I said, they can do a ton of different things, but I feel like Absolute Perfection, I would say, fits them as a unit the best. For Valkyrie, I would say, yeah, Eternal Weaving. For 2-Ink, I would say... That's a good question, honestly, for 2-Ink. Probably Fighting Dreamer. I don't really know on 2 Ink, actually. They do a few different things as well. I feel like they don't really have, I mean, they have the style, but, like, it's not, I don't really know how to describe it. Crazy Bee, definitely, Crazy Anthem. Let's see, for, Undead, either Nightless World or Resurrection of Soul. Although I would say my favorite Undead song right now is... Okay, so here's the thing. It used to be Forbidden Rain, but I'm starting to question whether I like Forbidden Rain or Wanderlust Sailing more. Wanderlust Sailing is so good. It's so good. For Rabbits, love it, love it. For Akatsuki, I would say Konjiki Sene Yume Butai. For Knights, Little Romance, which I just... is the reason we're in this. Switch. Yeah. That's a good question for that one as well, honestly. I don't really know which one of their songs really feel more like Switch. I feel like they're all kind of doing something different. Like, Omoi no Kakera is like this bright, like, festival-themed kind of thing. Brilliant Smile is like this whole sporty, like, get-up. And Romancing Cruise is like all during the summertime. But if I had to pick one, I guess I would say Romancing Cruise. I don't know. That's a tough one, honestly. Something I just noticed recently is that for Switch, they went in the exact same order as they did with their first set as they did their second set. Like, I don't think anyone else has done that or is going to do that. Because Fine, we got HE for Fairy Tail Library, which was the second one. Trickstar, we had Makoto, and then Hokuto, which were the third and the fourth. Ryuseitai, we had... Who was fifth on... Oh, duh. No, Kanata was fifth, yeah. So it would be Tetora that came first for the second set. Yeah. And he was third. For Alkaloid, first is Aida. Alkaloid could actually go with the same set. We don't know. Aida could go with the same thing. We'll see. Or not Aida. Alkaloid could go with the same order. I don't know. For Eden, they are not... Well, wait. They could. Because technically, only everyone as Eden has only gone once. You know what I want them to do? For the 6th round, for Eden, I want them to split off into Adam and Eve again, and then do Nagisa and Hiyori for Adam and Eve, because they did June and Ibara last time. So I hope they do that this time. That would be nice. That way everyone has a chance as Eden as a whole, and everyone gets a chance on Adam and Eve separately. I think that would be cool. For Valkyrie, well, no, it was not the same order whatsoever. Because it was Shu, Mika, Shu, Mika. So it was Shu, Mika for the first set. Second set, Mika, Shu. Wait, no, yeah. Yeah, Mika, Shu. Third set, it's gonna be Mika again. So, the third set is probably gonna be the same as the second set, but who knows? We're talking first and second sets here. Wait, but 2 Ink did actually do that, because it was Hinata Yuta, and then Hinata Yuta again. And then third set, we have Hinata. So if it's Yuta again for the next event, which will probably will... Wait! The 6th event has already come out. Wait, who is the star of that one? Hold on. Let me go on my Enstars JP. Who's the lead in that one? I don't know. I completely forgot that their song had already released. Anyway, while I'm doing this, Crazy Bee, it's not going to happen because it went Himeru and then Nikki, which it should be Nikki and then Himeru if that was the case. Undead, no. Because the one that was happening was Adonis, and Adonis was the second one. There you are. Who's the center here? I want to know. It's Utah. So it did follow the same order for all 3 sets for them. Interesting. Anyway, so, who am I on now? Oh, yes, rabbits. Well, that's not... Wait, rabbits could. Because Natsuno's first. For both. Okay, so far for the potential ones we have are Twink, Alkaloid, and rabbits. Interesting. Switch already did that. We already have established that. Switch did that. That's the whole reason we're on this topic. Once again, I feel like that's just a thing. I don't know. Let's see. So, oh wait, I forgot Akatsuki. Hold up. Akatsuki did something very interesting. They put 2 Kato things back to back whenever they put 2 Kato things back to back instead of giving other people a chance. Like the Mika ones I understand because it was a new set, because it ended with Mika and it started with Mika, where with Akatsuki it started with Kato and then continued with Kato. For Madara, it was obviously it was rotating between everyone, because it was Madara and then Kohaku, which makes sense. And then it was Madara for his solo, and then Madara for Double Face, and then now it's Madara again for his solo. Which I feel like if you're going to disband Double Face, and you had Madara as your last one, and you're going to have it as their next one, since Double Face wouldn't be getting back together by that point, I would think to have Kohaku as then. I don't know. That's just me, though. And then Knights. Well, no, because Arashi is second, and she got her event first for the second rotation. Okay, so our only potential candidates are Rabbits, Alkaloid, and Twink. Wait, no, we already established that Twink is it did happen. So Alkaloid and Alkaloid and Rabbits. Anyway, I completely forgot to mention Madara in the thing. So I feel like the one that feels most like Double Face is either I or Bye Bye Buddy, which makes sense because that's the one where they got together and the ones where they disbanded. For his solo songs, I would probably say Hello New Year, honestly, over Halloween Rendezvous. Just because he's more about, he has, more of a festival-y style, and Hello New Year has that festival vibe to it, where Halloween Rendezvous kind of does, but not in the same effect. Anyway, getting very distracted here. Back to Little Romance. As I was saying, it just felt like Nights. It just felt like Nights. The vocals are great. I love the slow pace of it. I feel like it works well with their voices. I obviously don't want only slow songs. Now, for Mystic Fragrance, I feel like it's the opposite. It's more upbeat, but it fits really well with their voices as well, especially for, Arashi, for example. The Izumi line in the chorus gets me every time. I love it so much, you cannot tell me otherwise. If you say it's bad, I'm gonna come find you. Anyway. That's all I really have to say about Mystic Fragrance. I don't really know why, but the instrumental and the bridge, I don't know. That's the only thing I have to say that's bad, that's not good about the song in general. is for some reason the instrumental in the bridge just throws me off every time, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it. It just does. So now we're done with Night, and now moving on to Switch. For the first song on this list, Temptation Magic is going to make it. And it got first. No surprise there, because I know, same friend as with Silent Oath, he probably put a 3 on Temptation Magic. I put a 2 on Temptation Magic, just because I really like the song, but it's not my favorite. My 3 went to Romancing Cruise. Or wait, I forget if I put my 3 on Romancing Cruise or Brilliant Smile. I don't remember. Because Switch does not have more than 10 songs, so I did not get to do one on both. Anyway, well, since I already know that both of them made it, that's fine. So Brilliant Smile, Romancing Cruise. Brilliant Smile came in 3rd place, and Romancing Cruise came in 4th. The one that came in 2nd was Omoi no Kakera. So, to talk about all of these songs, and I'm not saying the other 5 of these are eliminated, because that's not how that works. Only 2 of these are going to be eliminated. Which ones were that? Hold up. That one. And that one. Okay. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and reveal one of these that got eliminated, and that was I Wish You a Happy Halloween. That one, unfortunately, is going to have to go. So, Temptation Magic. This was one of the first songs. This was actually, I think, the 3rd song that I really got into. First was Stars Ensemble, 2nd was Melody in the Dark, and then 3rd is this one. I think I actually got into Melody in the Dark and Temptation Magic about the same time. This was the first song that I just completely fell in love with, and I always tried to find it, listen to it, because at that point I didn't know the song list very well, so I was always frantically searching through the songs, being like, okay, where's Temptation Magic? I want to listen to it. This song always will hold a special place within me, just because it's one of the OG songs that I've always liked. Omoi no Kakera, honestly, not too much to say about it. It's a nice song compared to a lot of other songs that we have, just because it's kind of unique. And it has a good amount of vocal showcase for Sora, which we don't really get that often. Because I feel like Sora isn't really out there that often, except for like a small line here and there, where we get like 2 or 3 lines back to back with Sora just singing by himself, which is great. And it's something we don't get often, so I like that. Brilliant Smile is the first Switch event that I was a part of. And I just genuinely really like the card. I was going to go for the Brilliant Smile Tsumugi card, but then I got the Dawning Angel Tsumugi card, and so I was like, you know what? I already got a Tsumugi now, because he was the last one that I needed. Because I was mainly going for that card, because Tsumugi was the only 5-star, or the only character I didn't have a 5-star for. So I just really wanted one, and I was kind of desperate for it, but now I'm saving up, and I'm doing the No Name Yet Kohaku. That's the card I'm going to go for next. Like, in the memorial shop. Yeah. I like the little Sora vocal lines in there. My favorite part of all Brilliant Smile is that one line. I think Natsume sings it, right? I originally thought Tsumugi sang it for whatever reason, but I'm pretty sure it's Natsume. Let me check. Yeah, it is Natsume. Natsume's first verse line, I just love that so much. I cannot tell you how much I love that line whenever I first heard it, and it's always just such a fun to get to. Words. Words are hard. Words are hard. Words are hard. Words are very hard. Yes, I know. English. I can English. I can assure you I English. By the way, I know this is my alt channel. I just have a thing. Excuse me. I have my moderator as an on my alt channel because I want to have someone as my moderator other than just, well, either some random person or literally just myself. So I'm having someone else on and as my moderator. So boom. I don't know why I said that. That was cringe, but whatever. No one cares because no one's watching right now. So who cares? Who cares? Anyway, back to this. So Brilliant Smile. I just love that Natsume line. I'm just gonna say that one more time. Yes, I know you're watching. I very much know you're watching, okay? I know. So, Brilliant Smile, yes. Okay, I feel like I've said enough about Brilliant Smile. Romance and Cruise. I really like the story for Romance and Cruise. I don't really... I'm trying to think of how to word this, but, like... I think the fact that... It's ironic that Natsume doesn't really like swimming, or summer for that matter, mainly because of that. When he literally has the kanji for summer in his name. Natsu. I find that very ironic, and I also love the song. The visuals are beautiful. The song is great. Natsume's lines are amazing in this song. Yeah. Do I need to say more? Let's see. So now... It's those three. Yes. Okay, so now... Knockin' Fantasy made it onto this list as well. I'm going to reorganize these because I have OCD, so yeah. Knockin' Fantasy. This was probably one of my other first, like, Switch songs that I fell in love with, other than Temptation Magic. It came back to me whenever the special got released fairly recently. Not fairly recently. It was whenever Galaxy Destiny came out. But, speaking of Galaxy Destiny, that one did not make it. And so now that leaves Emerald Planet and Magic for your Switch. Emerald Planet, it's really clever. I can't really say much other than that. It's really clever. You put each one of the characters' names into the verse lines. You put the acronym spelled out as Switch. And also, I saw a thing that was like, I don't even know where I saw this, but yeah. It was referencing both Emerald Planet and the story, whatever it's called, Polyhedral Trilights, that's what it's called, the Tsumugi Brilliant Smile story. Whenever it said the S in Switch stands for sports, and then I saw someone say, no, it stands for sweet. I was confused by this at first, and then I remembered that Emerald Planet existed. If you understand what I mean by that, then great. But if you don't, go look at the Emerald Planet lyrics, and then tell me what you think about those English words in the chorus. Magic for your Switch. I really like the vocals in this song. I think Tsumugi hitting that high note is really nice. I don't know, the biggest turnoff for me with this song is the fact that Sora trying to do the same note as Tsumugi, trying to hit that Cinderella thing, and yes, that's what it is what it sounds like if you don't understand what I mean by that. In both figuratively and literally sense, because they're saying the word Cinderella, but they also are hitting a very high note. So that's not what I meant by a Cinderella note. I don't mean like a high note. That's not what I meant. I meant because they're literally saying the word Cinderella. But yeah, I'm yapping too much. So that was it for Switch. And so that leaves us with our ending of round one. So with that being said, let me change we've only been going on for 36 minutes. That's not long enough. Let me change the name of the stream. Why is it trying to act like I'm referencing someone? I'm not trying to reference someone. There we go. I just changed the title of the stream, and I'm gonna go grab those voting papers if I can find them. Let me pause the stream. Okay, so coming back with the first round 2 sheet. The first round 2 voting sheet that I have has Fine, Trickstar, Ryuseitai, Alkaloid, Eden, the bonus or the other songs, the rainbow songs, and the fusion songs. So, Fine. Oh wait, I just realized I have, yeah. So let's bring these back down here. Okay, so we got our order down here. I forgot that this said Omaranai, but whatever. So, for our Fine contestants of round 2, we have, let me try to order these. Neo Sanctuary, Habataki no Fortissimo. Wait, hold up. I'm actually just gonna go in order. Instead of how they were listed or placed in the thing, I'm gonna list how they are in the game. So for our round 2 contestants, we have Awaranai Symphonia, Hajimari no Fantasia, Neo Sanctuary, Habataki no Fortissimo, The Tempest Night. Oh. Okay. Ghostic Treathouse, and Feathers of Arc. Those are the songs for Fine that made it. For Trickstar, actually, we're going to go one by time. So, for our contestants, and there are only going to be 5 from, I believe, every unit. Only 5 from each unit are going to make it to round 3. So, for our lucky contestants of round 3, we have Owaranai Symphonia. I'm going to go back. Yeah. Awadanai Symphonia, Neo Sanctuary, Habataki no Fortissimo, The Tempest Knight, and Ghostic Treathouse. These are the remaining contestants for round 1, or for round 3, continuing from Fine. For Trickstar. Oh, by the way, I just want to say, so the 2 that got eliminated are Hajimari no Fantasia and Feathers of Arc. I personally would have probably kept Feathers of Arc. Actually, no, I would have probably kept both of these songs. And then, well, actually, I don't know about that. I don't know. I really like both of those songs, especially Hajimari no Fantasia. No, actually, I equally like both of them. They're both really good. I've already explained both of them, so they're both going to go by really quickly. How many rounds do I have here? I'm at 43, okay. So, for our last thing, for Trickstar, we have our contestants are Rebellion Star, Only Your Stars, Infinite Star, Cherry Happy Stream, Breakthrough, Big Bang Reflection, that's not Big Bang Reflection, Big Bang Reflection, Finder Girl, and Daydream X Reality. These are our contestants for Trickstar, and the ones that made it are Finder Girl, Daydream X Reality, Infinite Star, Breakthrough, and Rebellion Star. By the way, the order that I'm placing them here are going, like, in the round 2 section, are going to be, those are going to be in order of, like, relative game order, I don't know. And then for the releasing order, like, from here to here, that's the place it got. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I'm kind of surprised that that the Tempest Knight got 4th, but whatever. Wait, no. Hold up. Something's wrong here. It should be like this. That's what it should be. It should be like this. Alright, so... Oh, and by the way, after this round, things are going to get a little bit spicier, because we're going to combine units. So I think the next round is going to be like Fine and Trickstar together, and then Alkaloid and Ryuseitai together. Or I think, I forget if I did that or if I just went straight into it being all 4, like all 4. Like just all of Star Pro, all of Cos Pro, stuff like that. I forget. So, let's see. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna end the stream here. And then I'm gonna record another stream. No. Yes, actually, I'm gonna record... No, I'm not going to. I'm not gonna record another stream. I've already done 3 streams today. I need to hop off. So yeah, that's basically what the plan is. When I get back from vacation, I'll be doing the Fusion thing, the Project Sekai collab, and then I will be doing more of this, potentially. I'm not going to try to release one of these videos too often, but I'll still do it. So yeah. With that being said, I'd like to thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.